My favorite movie of all time is the 1998 supernatural dramedy Practical Magic, starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, directed by Griffin Dunn, adapted from the novel by Alice Hoffman of the same name. I didn't always love this movie. I remember my mom watched it all the time when I was growing up, and it just scared me so much that I hated watching it. But as I got older, I realized that this is the perfect movie for me. The aesthetics of it are beautiful. Like, just imagine the most quintessentially cute little island town in Massachusetts, a beautiful old Victorian home with like turrets and staircases. Oh, and the clothes, everyone dressing in like beautiful, timeless 90s fashion. The music, the score, but also the music, like Faith Hill's This Kiss and Stevie Nicks. The romance, both romances we get in this book for Sandra Bullock's character. Oh my gosh. And of course, the sisterhood and the family part of this. This movie at its center is about sisterhood. Sisterhood with women who are your literal sisters, but also sisterhood between just women in general. I love this movie. It's both comforting and scary and empowering. And while it's mostly set in springtime, it is a Halloween fall movie. So, because I like to live in the fantasies of my favorite films, I thought I would spend the next week and a half or so reading and dressing like and being in my Practical Magic vibes. I'm gonna do my best to make this as like cozy and fun and enjoyable as possible. So if you're a fan of the movie, if you've never seen the movie, if you just want to watch me talk about witch books and Halloween, you know, we'll get it all here. It's a Halloween Practical Magic Cozy Sisterhood Fun Times vlog. It's gonna be great. Hello, welcome to the first day of this Practical Magic reading vlog experience. Today's outfit, very much inspired by Sally Owens. I've got a long dress from the 90s. It's blue and white with little flowers on it, just some black loafers. That is the vibe. Beautifully muggy out today. I'm at my parents' house and their yard is like so green and lush. It's so perfect. I mean, look at this bush. So, what am I reading? The book that inspired this video actually is what I'm currently reading, and that is the second prequel to Practical Magic, Magic Lessons. Magic Lessons follows Maria Owens and her daughter Faith. Maria Owens is the one at the beginning of the movie who actually starts the curse on the Owens women. You know, the curse that says,
"If any man dare take on an Owens woman, he lived briefly in the euphoria of her love until meeting an untimely death."
It's very interesting. I don't read a lot of historical fiction. Like, this book is set in like puritanical colonial America, which is not really an energy that I like reading, but Alice Hoffman has such a modern use of language in a historical setting that I really love. It's very lush writing, it's very slow writing, but in a way that feels very atmospheric and both very in your face and also distanced from yourself, if that makes sense. I also plan on reading for this vlog the last prequel that just came out, which is The Book of Magic, which I think is technically more like a sequel to Practical Magic. So I want to read that. That literally came out yesterday. It's funny, I'm actually not a huge fan of Practical Magic the book. I think because I love the movie so much and they're very different. But now that I'm a fan of the prequels, like The Rules of Magic was my favorite book of 2019. That's the prequel that follows the ants from the first book. And I love that book so much that I almost feel like I should go back and read Practical Magic because I read it 5 or 6 years ago. Can she get some light going in here? What did I do today? I went out with my mom after work and we took a really nice little drive. It was so beautiful. The leaves haven't really started changing. They've started a little bit, but it was just very it was very nice. Anyway, I also, on the reading side, finished Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. It was really good. I love Alice Hoffman's ability to write hopeful yet super depressing stories. Like there's such a weightiness to the way that she writes about love specifically. It feels so dramatic and big, and the stakes are so high. I loved this book. It was beautiful and sprawling, but also felt very small. I adored it. I loved it so much. I just started another book. I started Payback, so Witch. This book literally just came out yesterday as I'm filming this. It is a adult, I think sapphic romance, I want to say, about a witch whose family is like ingrained in this witch town, and she has to come back for this event that happens every 50 years of these different families in this witch town. And I think it decides like who has the power, I want to say. And it also has like a revenge plot. I've heard it described as pretty similar to the X-Hex, and they both obviously just came out, and I obviously love the X-Hex. So I already am into it because there are those similarities with this like small town and magic being ingrained in the way it is, and it has a revenge plot. So I'm looking forward to getting more into that. Oh my gosh, the stars right here. I changed because I just did yoga. I've been doing yoga every day for the last week, and that is the longest streak of exercising that I have done since I was in college. I'm not even joking, and I'm just really proud of myself because it just makes my mental health 1,000 times better. And now I'm finally gonna have this wine in a can that I've had for like a week. And tonight my friend Ileana and I, my favorite friend who has the best practical magic vibes on BookTube, are gonna watch a Hallmark movie, maybe a witchy Hallmark movie. Oh, it's so good. I could cry. So the physical book I'm currently reading, I've had half of that wine in a can, and it's like buzzing through me. I haven't had alcohol in quite some time. Born in Fire by Nora Roberts. I am currently reading this with my friend Ileana. I'm just talking about her so much because I love her. And this is a contemporary romance from 1994 about a glass blower in Ireland. It's reminding me a lot of the movie Cold Mountain Time, Something Mountain Time, a very American idea of Ireland, if anyone saw that movie. But I think it is practical magic-y because it's cozy, it's about sisters, it's yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. I do in fact have a Hallmark Movie Now subscription during the seasonal months. So I mean, look at some of these. Good Night for Justice, The Measure of a Man, Truly, Madly, Sweetly, Smart Cookies. But, you know, we gotta do a Good Witch. Good Witch is like the closest that Hallmark comes to being like wild. Show me your apothecary.
You want to see my apothecary vibes?
Oh!
Hello.
The most practical magic.
Also, I fully made a mini broom today.
Oh! Oh my god! Hi, welcome to day 2. Today has been wild. My outfit though, Sally Owens inspired. I was thinking specifically of this outfit. So that's where this inspiration came from. Obviously having a lot of chaotic energy right now. I had to buy a new phone today. Luckily I was due for an upgrade, but my phone broke, so I had to buy a new phone. The quality should be better of this video now, so that's good. In terms of reading, no reading yet. I am after work today going up to my boyfriend's. That tends to be how my week ends out. So that's what I'm doing mostly. Maybe I'll listen to some of Payback's a Witch on my way up there. Probably just gonna listen to music, but you know, what can we say? This morning I got coffee, as seen here. Hello. I am not in my outfit for today because I got up really early to go get coffee. But guys, it's so rainy. It's still so rainy. And look at that. I am about to get so wet though because I didn't bring a rain jacket and my umbrella's in the back of the car and I do not feel like getting it. And now I am sitting on my boyfriend's porch. It is so misty and rainy and beautiful right now. I love it. Like, one of my favorite things about the autumn is people's porches. Like, being able to sit outside, not get wet by the rain, because at least where I live, autumn tends to be pretty rainy, so does winter, and just like enjoy it. The noises, the sounds, the smells. It's so great. I think I briefly mentioned in my like delirium last night, I'm hosting a practical magic movie night, that I am throwing a practical magic themed movie night, and I'm gonna like decorate this porch area because we're doing it on this big giant porch with a projector. I'm gonna dress up witchy. I don't know if other people are, but I'm super pumped. But this morning and this afternoon I have work, and I also plan to listen to more of Payback's A Witch and catch up on my buddy read of Born in Fire during my lunch break. That is my plan for this morning. Also to shower because the rain has just... I'm currently dealing with some really fun heartburn because I had biscuits and gravy this morning and it did not sit well with my stomach. So we've had two descriptions of fathers in Payback's A Witch and in Born in Fire that make them seem like love interests. Now we have a grandmother in Born in Fire that is described by the hero of the book as his ideal woman. We must transcend from this trope. Born in Fire is from 94, so I kind of understand that. I don't know, maybe that's just something people would say in the mid-90s. I don't know. But 2021, we were having that in Payback's A Witch. It's just, I don't get it. I like both of these books a lot, but I don't understand it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't. I've just made the genius connection that this book is basically Pride and Prejudice. This book is basically North and South, which I love. This is what happened when I tried to take an outfit video. It is Sunday. Got a little band practice happening. Love that. Today's going great, y'all. This is a really chill vlog, as it should be. As an autumnal practical magic vlog should be. I don't even know how long I'm gonna film for. I go home tomorrow, either really early in the morning before work or right after work, and then I'm back here next weekend, and it's supposed to be really chilly, and I might just like wait and end this vlog like next week so y'all can get some like chilly autumnal moment, you know? Right now though, feeling great. It's 5, I'm drinking white wine, I'm reading Born in Fire, I'm halfway through Payback's A Witch. Band practice? Y'all want to see a pumpkin? That is a pumpkin. I have read a lot of Dora Roberts books in my life, as we well know, and this book is one of the older ones I have read from 1994, and this feels more progressive in the dynamics between the man and the woman than her newer books that I have read from like 2008. What is up with that? Like, this book is actually challenging some gender norms. Like, the woman is the aggressor, the man feels like he needs to get to know somebody before he dates them. It's fascinating. The drumming agrees. Okay, it's still a little bit dated. Gender norms, not so much, but some other stuff, yeah. I finished Payback's A Witch. Payback's A Witch. What did I love about this book? Many things. The setting, the Halloween town setting. The lore was really great. The world building was really, really well done. I also loved the chemistry between our leads. I loved the love interest, Talia. She was so fun. She was like totally like dark and stormy on the outside, but like a total teddy bear on the inside, which is such a fun trope. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed how this book started as like a John Tucker must die moment and then quickly shifted away from that and was like, we don't actually care about this guy. We care about making sure capitalism doesn't ruin all of our lives. Now, what did I not like about this book? Honestly, I didn't like our main character. And I don't even need to always like a main character. I want to feel interested in her. Couldn't separate her personality from her journey in the story. Like, I didn't know anything about her personality except for the fact that, like, she ran away from this town. She liked her job. She was a millennial. Like, I wanted to know her personality outside of the plot points that led her back to Thistle Grove, her hometown. I didn't get to see that, and in doing so, it just felt like her relationship with Talia was sort of lacking because their chemistry, while being great, I didn't believe it by the end. Like, I didn't believe that they were in love by the end because I didn't know anything about our main character. I can't even remember her name. Meanwhile, Talia loved her, would give her the world, was obsessed. I just think that we should have had more time to get to know our main character and get to know her in the context of this romance. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was great, and I can't wait to read more in this series. This is very Sandra Bullock in Practical Magic. I'm pretty sure she does this like multiple times in the movie. Before I go to bed looking like Marley's ghost, I have a couple updates in terms of what we're gonna be reading. I just got my library loan-in that I had to hold on for Much Ado About You, which looks to be sort of an autumnal in spirit romance situation. As you can tell in this reading vlog, we're either doing like pure witch books or we're doing cute autumnal books. I'm so tired. Hello. Today's outfit is inspired by my own mind and sort of the amalgamation of Meg Reinfall and Practical Magic vibes. That's what I'm going with. I started Much Ado About You this morning, and I am really enjoying it. It's so Hallmarky. I love it. It's about a woman who basically her personal and professional lives are a mess. She decides to up and move to the north of England for a month to run a bookshop. And while she's there, obviously she's gonna find romance with like a strapping farmer type, so. Millennial girl boss heroines. I've read so many recently of like millennial girl boss heroines. The only thing about this book thus far that I'm having trouble with is the obsession with Shakespeare. I know like Much Ado About You is the name of the book or whatever, and she works at a bookstore that's similar named Much Ado About Book or something, but I don't know. We have a Harry Potter reference, a true blue Harry Potter reference. So this is the millennial book that I knew it was going to be. Still enjoying it, but I'm drinking canned wine. And I just want to say that this is something my friend Ileana pointed out in a video she did recently. There's something about specifically gender norms related to smell and related to like arms and hands that have a chokehold on the romance industry. Like the Nora Roberts, I kind of expect it because a lot of it is dated and from the 90s, but the newer books, like this one, why are we still using this terminology? Why does it have to be like a masculine hold to my feminine figure? Can't you just say something else that's similar? It just seems like so funny. Not to spoil this book, but whatever. She finds out her boyfriend is rich and she's like mad. I think she's like mad that he lied to her or whatever. You like find out your boyfriend, who's a great guy, really sweet, loves everyone, cares for everyone, is wealthy, and you're like mad? I'd be like, bitch, pay for my student loans tomorrow. Like, if we're doing this and I have access to your money, we're gonna do so much good with it. I would be so excited. I'd be like annoyed that he lied for like, I don't know, like a day. And then I'd be like, okay, how much money can we give away? Also, when are you gonna pay for my student loans? I finished Much Ado About You. It was really cute. I liked it a lot. This is a very sweet, slow burn, but not slow burn. I just think that like slow burn has been confused and muddled. Like in my head, People We Meet on Vacation is slow burn. That happens over the course of like 10 years. This book is like a month. Like they don't jump into it until like a month in, and then they get engaged within like 3 months. So I don't know, whatever. It's very cute though. More like a friends to lovers because they're friends first. I enjoyed this a lot. Sleepy little English town, bookshop, main character who messes with people's lives, which, you know, she fixes them, but she messes with them first, which we love. Deception in a really hilarious way. Age gap, a little bit of an age gap. They're 7 years apart, woman older. My only qualms, as I mentioned, was the feminine masculine conversation that we find a lot in romance. And then also, this book kind of has some diet culture-y stuff. Like it's on the line a few times. So that's something to note. But I did really enjoy it. It gave me practical magic vibes in like a main character who is a little bit older, like in her early 30s. She keeps talking about herself like she's ancient when she's literally 31. I don't know why she talks about herself like she's super old. It gave me like practical magic vibes as in like, you know, a woman who's dated a lot in her life, like having to find new love. I need to read quite a lot of Born in Fire tonight. Read a ton of this because I am falling way behind on my reading journey with this book. So that is the plan for this evening. I'm truly obsessed with this book. Like, our lead is so fun, and their like anger towards each other is so palpable and so real. Sometimes Hate to Love doesn't feel hateful enough. You know what I mean? I think I've only read maybe 2 books where I felt that way, where I felt like the hate was real. This hate is real, but also their attraction is very real because they like yell and scream at each other, but then she'll be like, but I'm also really attracted to you. I just audibly laughed at this. Miss Sweeney, desperate, Maggie grabbed at Christine's sleeve. Can you just tell him I've died? Dudes in these books are always getting so upset when their ladies hurt themselves. Like, she gets burnt doing her blow torching. What is it called? Glass blowing. Just like an accident, and he gets like mad. It's just so funny because it's supposed to be like he's so protective. If I did that, my boyfriend would just be like, oh no, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Because that's like the normal response. Oh, I need to change. Hello, it's Wednesday. Today's look is gardener chic. I got on overalls, striped shirt. Gardening is a big part of practical magic. That's why I'm in this outfit. Also, it's comfortable. This is today's plan in terms of reading. I started 2 things last night. One is The Inheritance of Arcadia, Divina, which I just started on audio. My friend Ileana, who again is like basically co-starring in this video, told me about this book, said it had practical magic vibes. Mysterious woman who is coming from Ecuador, living in America in a house. People in the town think she's a witch. Yes, perfect vibe. It's funny, this vlog is definitely like quality over quantity. Like, I'm giving myself 2 weeks, basically, or a week and a half to do this video, and I'm not trying to focus on reading a ton, but reading things that truly give me the practical magic energy. Romance, adult fiction, anything like that that gives me that energy. I'm enjoying this book so much. I think one of my favorite types of fiction books are mysterious women who are good with people in a mysterious way, but they have done dark deeds to get there, and there's a bit of magic and there's family drama. I love it. I eat it up. Also, an omniscient narrator. Ugh. This concept is perfect. Alice Hoffman book meets like The Westing Game or like Knives Out. Ah, yes! This book is so good. It's so atmospheric and so spooky and has the family drama. Like, when is this gonna be a movie? Like tomorrow. I wanna see this as a movie or a TV show. I finished The Inheritance of Arcadia Divina. Let's move over there and let's talk about it. Loved it. This is a magical realism inheritance, as the name mentions, but is it an inheritance or is it a curse? Sort of sprawling narrative between the past and the present. I don't want to give too much away because I went into this book knowing nothing, and I think that added to the experience. I would very much recommend this book. This is like my perfect kind of adult novel in so many ways, as I've already mentioned. So there you go. It's been a little bit of time and I have more thoughts on this book that I feel like I can finally conceptualize in my mind because I just tore through it. I think what Zoraida Corvida is able to capture is something so beautiful, and I think something very difficult to do. And I think what I love about this book is what I love about Alice Hoffman's work, specifically in the realm of practical magic, and that is being able to write a modern fairy tale. Meaning writing a fairy tale that doesn't feel like a fairy tale, but has all of the ingredients of a fairy tale. It's dark, it's whimsical, it's lush, it's sad, it's hopeful while also being disastrous. I enjoy that. I enjoy that sort of idea of a character who feels captured in their own fate, which I think is what a fairy tale is in a lot of ways. And that's what you have here. So I loved it, and I had more time to think about it, and that's where I came to. I'm gonna have a wee glass of wine, and I'm gonna read more Born in Fire. I'm sleepy. I know this is the mid-90s, but the amount of private jetting happening from a climate perspective. Good morning. So what is today's plan? I have 2 books I want to read for the rest of this video. 1, I want to finish Born in Fire, obviously. 2, I want to read the Book of Magic, the last Alice Hoffman practical magic book that I haven't read. I want to end this vlog pretty soon, so we're just gonna power through and it's gonna be lovely. I'm home now from work and I'm packing because I am going to my boyfriend's tomorrow morning. Very, very, very early, like very early. This lighting is just so cute. Is that any better? I'm centered now. So in terms of reading, I got a lot of reading done for the Book of Magic. I did a bunch before work, and then on my lunch break, I took this little calming walk, listened to Book of Magic. The narrator is Jennifer Ehle. She was the original, at least the 1995 Lizzie Bennet in the BBC adaptation. She's a great narrator. I'm really enjoying it. This book is, again, very sprawling. It's the sequel to practical magic that kind of ties everything up, specifically I think with breaking this curse, which is cool because in the movie, right, it gets broken at the end of the movie in that big dramatic scene, but in the books it doesn't. It's much more drawn out. So yeah, I'm, oh my God, enjoying it so far. It's just really nice, and I think the thing that I love most about this series is the way that fate, if you will, is predetermined in this world, but there are still choices that people make. Like they talk about your palms and how I think like your right side is your fate and your left side is what you're able to change it. So your palms can change if you change your own fate, which I think is a cool concept. I'm gonna finish up here, and then I am gonna go to my parents and eat with them and spend the night. And I gave myself bangs. Anyone else get to this part in a book? I'm right here. And just lose the will to ever read again? Also, I can't like not in this video talk about this back cover picture that is so funny. Very Christian Girl Autumn. And the picture is taken by her husband, Bruce Wilder. So, I love that. I'm just so tired that I don't think I'm gonna finish this tonight. But this is a lackadaisical vlog. I didn't give myself an end date. We're ending this video when this book is done and when Book of Magic is done. And guess what? They're not done yet. So I bought this wig, and it was supposed to be for a Sally Owens inspired picture. That's why I'm wearing this 90s dress and these big boots. But it looks kind of terrible. It looked worse earlier when I didn't have it braided. So I'm gonna see if I can take a cute-ish picture. And, you know, in terms of reading, no, nothing. Really, working, a lot of working. So let's go try to take this picture. But the wig made my hair dry cute, so I do kind of like that. Look at that bird. So I'm almost done with Born in Fire, and I don't know if I'll end up being able to do the review right now. I might have to do the review tomorrow because I have plans, but I love this main character so much. She's so hard-shelled, which you kind of get that sometimes in books where they're like, oh, she's hard-shelled. She's hard-shelled. Do I look scary? I feel like I look a little weird. Hi, it's another day. I finished Born in Fire last night and I absolutely loved it. I feel like I really vlogged my experience reading this book, so I don't really have much more to add than everything I have said, but this is my favorite Nora Roberts romance. Not favorite Nora Roberts book, but favorite Nora Roberts romance. The dynamic was so good. It was so respectful. It was like really realistic in a lot of ways while still being heightened and fun and fantastical in a way. I mean, we're moving through the art world in the 90s. We go from the middle of nowhere, Ireland, to Dublin, to Paris, to Rome. I mean, it's delectable. It's so fun. The writing was cozy, and I will say, for the fact that this is one of the oldest Nora Roberts I have ever read, it was better and it was more equitable in a lot of ways, the dynamics, than some of the newer ones I've read. So the queen stays, as the kids would say, winning, in my opinion. I'm excited to read the rest of this series. I'm in the car though right now because my boyfriend is mailing something and I have a moment to myself. But I plan on today finishing the Book of Magic and then wrapping this vlog up. It's chilly today. Look at my sweater. I kind of gave up on outfits of the day, but I feel like the sweater is very practical magic, like New England, Knives Out sort of moment. Also, it is so windy today. Like, exceptionally windy. The leaves are flying. So I had to change. I wanted to wear a fall fit, So you can see that here. I was trying to take pictures, so if I'm posing weird, that's why. I love this. This is from ModCloth, and it's one of my favorite Halloween purchases. So the other day it was far too windy to wrap up the Book of Magic and this video. So we're gonna do it now. But first, can I show you all my outfit? Last little outfit of the day. I love this. I wanted one of the days to involve a long floral skirt because that's seen throughout Practical Magic, and I got it in at the very end, so I'm happy about it. I adored this book. This book was even larger in scope than the other books in the series, and it makes sense because it had to wrap up this whole world that Alice Hoffman started writing in like 1995. I mean, that's 26 years of creating this world, and I just absolutely adored it. Beautiful and lovely and hopeful, while also still being quite melancholic and sad. Hope that they adapt all of these prequels and this sequel into a TV show. I know there was talk of an HBO series, but it would just make me so happy if they did. Anyway, I adored this. I took my time with it, and I'm really glad that I did. This week was so lovely. I mean, for one, the changing of the leaves was really starting to kick off up here, where my boyfriend lives especially. I mean, it's so beautiful. I got to see some pumpkins, which I always love. I actually went to a fall festival themed outdoor party that was so cute. I wore sweaters for the first time really consistently since the winter. I just had this incredibly sweet fallish time. I think what I love most about Practical Magic is that it's a story about savoring the small joys in life. I think you can find that at the end of the movie when Sally says,
"There's some things, though, I know for certain. Always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Plant lavender for luck. And fall in love whenever you can."
And I found myself doing that this week, enjoying everything that I mentioned earlier, savoring the moment, and reading beautiful books. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely day.